Habukadur, Shield Pa Timtata. First things first, I acknowledge the all. Thank you all, for this truth, for this light, for this knowledge. Thank you. This is Hadassah Zadik El coming live, doing my explanation on why I want to and am in the processes of filing my SF-181 and changing my race and ethnicity along the lines of the Yamasee Moors Nation. Well, my explanation is that I've always wondered what was going on with us as a people. With us as a people, I mean the quote-unquote black people. I've always wondered why we were at the bottom, why no one respects us, why we have so much issues as a people. We don't really know who we are. We've been taught that we were slaves from the beginning, that our own people placed us into bondage. You know, we've had so many negative stories about us as a people that even as a little girl, I've always wondered what was wrong with us. Why are we at the bottom? I had all of these questions as a young child. I began to, shy away from that question that was always troubling me as a young child. Living life, forgetting about it, and then as I got older, around, I would say 28, 29, I'm 32 now. So from now until like 28 years old, I was actually coming back into this truth and knowledge and wisdom on this consciousness. I'm grateful to the all to be able to be one of those that have woken up and have these questions answered that have been troubling my spirit for so long. And what actually happened was I stumbled across some knowledge about actually being the Hebrew Israelites of the Bible. We call it Torah. So being that we are the true chosen children of the Most High, it just really lit my fire spiritually, so to speak. And so I was, on this search for this knowledge and truth when I actually ran into my children's grandmother, which is on their father's side. So I ran into her one day at a school gathering, and she was there, and I guess she saw a couple of my posts that I was putting out there about how we have been duped as it pertains to the Bible, because what's in that Bible is not actually Christianity at all. And they have held this book and they have spewed Christianity all over with these lies that they have been actually casting over us as a people. And once I actually started reading from Genesis to Revelation, it opened my mind. It opened my whole spirituality of the fact that they have been lying to us for so long. So that lit my fire. Also, I was putting those posts out, and his mother, which is my children's father's mother, actually came to me and she asked me, so who are you and what do you believe in? I started breaking it down to her and explaining things to her. And next thing I know, she told me, that filing these little UCC codes, they're not going to do anything for the fact that we are black at law. And I'm just like, what are you talking about? And she gave me a video. I think it was video 44 or it was 40 a weekly address, one of the videos that Chief always does. He puts them out at least once a week. Sometimes if it gets really, really hot, he does it twice. You know, a lot of times he does it multiple times. He has so many videos. If you actually ever want to look up Chief Nanya Shabu El, it really threw me back as soon as I heard his name. I was like, Chief what? Who? You know, and once she put his name on paper, the video on paper, and she gave it to me, I was a skeptic because I was just so dead set and bent on these UCC statutory declarations and all of these UCC codes and trying to fight the man with these different codes. I was, you know, I wanted to do that. So once I actually viewed Chief's video and how he broke it down, it was like, to me, visually, internally, there is a puzzle that I'm trying to put together. There are different pieces, and I have a piece for this area and a piece for that area and a piece for this area and that area. And the more I'm studying, the more once I actually seen the video from Chief, and I wanted more. So I started looking at all of his videos on my spare time, and this man, that's Chief Nanya, guys. For anyone who wants to know, that is Chief Nanya Shabu El. Okay? Name sounds, I get it, because that's how I was at first. But when I tell you, this man has unlocked the secret for us Melaninites, Nubunites, the world over, every land. This will actually help us more than hinder us if we could all come together and really slow down enough to catch up with the trickery of Satan and this whole leprous supremacy. If we could slow down to catch up with what he's doing and beat him at his own game, we would be unstoppable. And this is what Chief Nanya has done. I have so much respect and admiration for him and his wife, his mate, Saw Aset Tauret. They have been very helpful. They are more than happy to answer any questions that are out here. They have been pushing this truth out here for so long that when I really realized how long it has been for him and where I am starting, I felt like I was so behind. But it's not about being behind. It's about learning what you need to learn, unlearn the wrong, and relearn the correct. And I feel empowered about that. I'm thankful that the universe gave me this gift, this precious treasure that I have in my mind. Like, there's a quote from the leprous that state, you want to hide something from a Negro, you put it in a book. That lit my fire as well, to learn the right stuff more than anything. Because we can learn all day. We can go to their schools and their colleges and their corporate universities, things of that nature, but it's not going to mean anything if you're not black. If you're not white. And as long as you're still black, which is not even a skin color, because we're not black, we're brown. Okay? When we realize that it's not skin color, that it's your status in commerce, that either you're an original or you're a hybrid, either you're the true, you're the pure, or you're the impure, you're the recessive, or you're the dominant. This us as a people, we would be able to move a lot better. We would have more dignity about ourselves once we actually knew this truth. I am so thankful to the ancestors, to all my spiritual beings that watch over me every day, because I am very grateful and humbled at the fact that they chose me out of all of my family members to be the one to come into this truth. Not only they chose me to be the one to come into this truth, but to also shine a light to those that really want to know. For those who have an ear to hear and eyes to see, let them hear and let them see the truth that is out here. And at the end of the day, people can say what they want to say, but if you're not talking about white, you ain't talking about ish, okay? Abukadur, Abukadur, Abukadur. White power. I just also want to put that out there, that the definition of white means an original peoples from Europe, which is the name of the Ethiopian princess, which goes back to Africa, the Middle East, which is actually the northeastern side of Africa, and actually North Africa. So everything goes back to Africa. And life started there, but also life was here as well on the North and South Americas. Canada, North, South Americas. And we were actually the true natives of this land. So being that we were the actual true natives of this land, then we need to come together. We need to have more self-respect, dignity, and we need to actually learn the correct way to play at this game. Black is a racial group of Africa. There is no such thing. I don't even want to hear someone say anything about what black is, because black means civilitas mortuus. That is Latin for dead in the eyes of the law. It doesn't matter how you sugarcoat it, how you paint it, how you want to say Kemet was this and that. At the end of the day, if black means you're dead in the eyes of the law, then that means you're nothing. You're automatically nothing before you even start to try to be something. So I would rather have my status corrected in this game called commerce, so that I can have my standing, indigenous, autochthonous, Nubunite, Melanonite standing at law. Okay? Abukadur, Abukadur, white power people.